everyone, welcome back to my channel. Recently Rachel, I would be Rachel, and these are my American Girl dolls, my little collection. I don't interact with my dolls a lot, but I go through phases where I'm really interested in making little things for them or going back and rereading like the historical little books and stuff for American Girl dolls because I loved them as a kid. So these first four are my childhood dolls in order of acquisition, and then these two I bought as an adult. If you're interested, I would recommend looking up all of the dolls. This is the only one that is not historical. I definitely prefer the historical dolls. So today I have big plans to make little crafts for them. They definitely won't be like historically accurate crafts, but eventually I would love to get into like tiny doll historical costuming. I think that seems like a really cool thing to do. So we have my Truly Me, my Just Like Me doll she's like 20 years old. Her name is Rebecca. This is Kirsten Larson, Emily Bennett, Elizabeth, I don't remember Elizabeth's last name, Josefina Montoya, and Felicity Merriman. So let's get crafting. All right, so my first two ideas were a ruffled apron and a quilted oven mitt. And are these kind of ambitious? Yes, but we're going to give them a shot anyway and see how they go. The other day I made a ruffled top for myself. So I feel like I've got the ruffled bit down. But this is not a tutorial. This is just me trying things. So I'm actually going to watch a few apron tutorials before I even get started. Okay, as I was getting ready to get started on watching tutorials, I remembered that Kirsten has an apron that is pretty similar to what I had in mind. So what I'm going to do instead is look at this really closely and figure out how to do it myself, because I don't think it's going to be as difficult as I think. The other day I tried to make an apron, and this is how it turned out. This is just like a mock-up because I didn't really know what I was doing. I'm not that great at sewing. I'm really trying to figure it out as I go. But I did learn a few things from doing this. I think that looking at her apron will help. I don't think I'm going to do a pocket on mine, just because I want to focus on getting better at sewing, and I don't want to ruin something that I like otherwise. So I know that going for a pocket would be hard for me at this point in my sewing abilities. So it's just, this looks like, what do they call it, bias tape almost. And that's closing in a ruffle. It's a little bit, what is it, pleated, I guess. And then the seams on the side are really tiny. It's like, that looks like a 1/4 inch seam, but down here it's a little bit more. I'm wondering if, I think that it's just a rectangle that they have like pleated and ruffled, and so I think that this would have been straight before they, oh yeah, for sure, look at that. Okay, yay, I'm feeling good. Okay, so I'm using a fat quarter. This one is from Boundless, and it's called Strawberry Fizz. And my plan, I took some measurements of this little apron to start. So it's about 10 inches long and about 6 tall. Can you tell that I'm not good at making tutorials? That's why this is not titled tutorial. And then the strap length was I think 26 inches long, which is a little bit longer than my actual fabric, so I will probably sew some long strips together just to make that work. But yeah, I'm gonna start by cutting out the general size of the apron itself, and we'll just see how that goes for us. Let's do it this way. This pattern is super cute. I love this strawberry print. And I use rotary cutter and quilting stuff from my brief stint in trying to quilt. And I did a little extra just so that I can trim it down. Okay. So let's see how she stacks up. Oh, she's much bigger. That's okay. That's allowed. We'll leave you over here for a second. So 6. Let's line her up on this. I love having a cutting mat with lines on it. It fucking rocks. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's actually correct because when I stretched this out, it did get to be, oh yeah, heck yes. Okay. And then lengthwise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I definitely did like 8 inches up here, which is fine. But we'll do like an extra. You know, my dog is being crazy today. And what's messed up is that I took her on such a nice long walk earlier. And she's still acting a fool. We like actually went like 2 miles and she's being a lunatic. Okay, so here's my little square. So nice. I'll save this. Perhaps I'll need it. Isn't that every crafter's like vice? Oh, I can't throw this away. What if I need it later? It's like, girl, it's trash. Just get rid of it. All right, I'm gonna trim off the white end here, just haphazardly. Okay, that's pretty good. I did a pretty good job. And I had ironed this the other day, and now it looks like I didn't, but whatever. Live and let die. Bow, bow. How many times can I turn the fabric a different direction challenge? Okay. So I'm going to cut 2 lengths of this. I'm going to just do 1 inch. And then I'm going to sew them together to be the waistband part. 2. Do I want there to be a ruffle? If I want there to be a ruffle, I probably don't want it in this same pattern, is what I'm realizing. Or this same print. So we'll pause on the ruffle for now, because I feel like I could always add a ruffle in later. But if I cut this up, then I can't use this for any other projects. So this is where we're at. We cut a like 10 by 6-ish rectangle and then 2 really long strips that are each 1 inch to be the waistband. Let's go to the sewing machine. All right, team, I'm just sewing these 2 tiny little pieces together to start. Okay, so we are back over at the same counter we were at before where I was cutting things. Now this is my ironing counter. So this is my ironing board. It is a towel. And what I thought about as I'm sitting over by my sewing machine, trying to have a sewing brain, as they say, is how can I make this the most seamless process for myself? And I realized it's by ironing. So I'm going to iron this sideways, like fold the nice sides together and iron it, and then I'm going to sew all the way across and turn it inside out on itself. And then I will stitch it onto my square. Okay. I almost slammed my hand into that. Did you see that? Okay. This is good enough. I feel good about this. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go grab, while I have the iron on, while the iron's hot, I'm going to go grab the rectangle. So Kirsten's apron has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 little pleats. Okay. In it. And so that makes me feel like I can just fold her, is this how it works? 2, 4. Is that 6? I'm gonna see what happens if I do this. Is that way more than I wanted? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's 16. Okay, that's not what I was looking for. Never mind, don't do that. Okay, that's why this is not a tutorial, as I previously stated. Plus, oh, there's not a top or bottom of this fabric, it's just... Okay, so maybe I fold it less times. That's 2. That's 4, right? Now what? Now what happens? 1, 2, 3, 4. Whatever. You know what? I'm ironing this flat, and then I'm gonna do a ruffle the easy way on the sewing machine. So that's what we're doing. Come along. Okay, hi, welcome back to the sewing machine. I'm going to sew the closest, tightest little seam I can along here, and then I will go through and turn it inside out. So I just pinned a safety pin on one side, and now, do I go, everybody hang on. Hey guys, I had to cut the cameras because I didn't like the person that I was becoming as I tried to turn my fabric tube inside out. I did succeed, ultimately. It's a little bit rockier than I would have liked. Some of the seams ripped open as I was futilely struggling, as I was having a bad time trying to turn this inside out. Of all of the different long skinny objects I tried to use to turn it out, the 3.5 millimeter hook, crochet hook, ended up being the best option. So do with that what you will. I was very, very angry at this, but now I'm ready to keep going. All right, guys. I did a little off-camera ironing of these little ends so that I can sew them down on the back and have them be finished nicely. So we're gonna do that real quick. Everybody get excited. I'm just gonna do the sides first, and then I will go back and do the bottom. Look, that's so nice. What a nice square. Ugh. Okay, I watched a YouTube video on how to make a ruffle a while ago. So you change the stitch length to as high as it'll go, and then you change the tension to as tight as it will go. So it'll do long but really tight stitches, and then you pull the string. Okay, and another important note is you don't backstitch on this. So you want to pull the strings out a little bit so you have something to tug on, and then you're just gonna stitch straight across with no backstitching. And it should gather on its own, as you can see. My fabric is pretty short, so there won't be a lot of ruffle, but that's kind of what we want. All right, so I took the ruffle, adjusted it a bit, and then I did one straight stitch back at regular tension with a back stitch across the top, and so it has like a little tiny bit of a ruffle to it at the top. All right, here she is clipped. This is hard because you have to kind of rest of my top stitch. Oh, she's so cute. Oh, it's gonna be the cutest little apron in the world. Okay. Yes. Guys, I'm really excited. Oh, it got a little wobbly up at the top. Oh man, that's okay. That's okay. I guess I should have held it on the other side so I could have watched the seam. Aw, well, it's really cute anyway. Look at it. Aw, wow, guys. We did it. And Kirsten, because I used her apron as a little pattern, is going to try it on. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, team, I'm really proud of what we've done here today. That's so cute. Honestly, I think I did a really good job for my first real try. And my stitches are never even, so ignore that part, but the inside is nice and finished. Let me bring her close to you. The inside is nice and finished. There's no raw hem anywhere. And she looks so cute. And Rodeo agrees. Are you interested in Kirsten? Gonna be Kirsten's friend? Kirsten's gonna be up here. Rodeo says, Mommy, you did such a good job.